Welcome to this Bridgewater Now update, a special preview as we look forward to BR and BSU football coming up this weekend. I'm John Luck alongside Brian Berard. And Brian, let's talk about the BR Trojans starting the season off at 0-2. Two very tough games, two losses obviously to Duxbury and Xaverian. Is it time for this BR football team, or maybe the fans even, to start worrying going into their matchup against New Bedford?
I would not worry one bit if you're the Trojans. You played a team in Duxbury that's going to be at Gillette Stadium this year. You played a team in Xaverian that's also going to be at Gillette Stadium this year. We saw in that Xaverian game, Bridgewater Random started throwing the ball a lot more. I really love to see when they tried that with Anthony Morrison. Even though Jeff Ciccio left that game early with an injury, I don't know if it was a concussion or what. He seemed to be walking fine on the sideline. But if you're the Trojans, I would not worry one bit because Division II South has struggled so far this season. And
the running back for the BR Trojans, William Lombard, he started out pretty strong against Duxbury. He got maybe settled down a little bit against Xaverian, though.
Yeah, the Xaverian's defensive line is huge. I mean, everyone on that line was over 6 foot, over 250 pounds. I mean, Bridgewater Random's offensive line really couldn't open up any holes up the middle. And when they started going to the edge and started passing a little bit more, they were starting to be a lot more successful because Xaverian were putting about 7 or 8 guys in the box, and you're leaving a lot of one-on-one coverage. That's why that passing game opened up for the Trojans.
So the BR Trojans take on New Bedford coming up on Friday night, tonight actually. So if you're the BR Trojans, what are you looking to try and perfect here as you go in against the Whalers?
Well, if you're on Bridgewater Rainham, I know with Coach Buron, he loves to try to run up the middle, try to open up some more holes up the middle with the run game. If not, try to use the edges a little bit more. And like I said, I'd love to see the Trojans try to pass the ball a lot more. But that, of course, relies on the health of Jeff Ciccio. See if you can get Austin Hartsville involved in there, Shane Fries as well. So if you're Bridgewater Rainham, first thing, try to see if you can start running, between the tackles. If that's not going to work out for you, expand that field with passing or running to the edge.
All right, so we're not going to have that game, but the game we do have coming up this weekend is going to be Bridgewater State as they take on Fitchburg State at Swenson Field. And Brian, Bridgewater State starting the season off at 1-2 after 2 losses to Framingham State and Endicott College. How important is it for them to get this win just to try and stay afloat in the MASCAC?
Well, they started off their season with the 30-29 victory against Buffalo State. They're undefeated at Swenson Field, if I do recall correctly. So the friendly confines of Bridgewater State University should bode well for the Bears. And of course, last year coming off of just a 2-win season, if they get that win tonight, then they can match that win total already from last year. So it's a big game for the Bears.
And how important is it to have a lot of their offense back? Stefano D'Amelia is the starting quarterback. Nick Stanovica started the season off with 200 rushing yards against Buffalo State, but you do get a couple receivers back for the Bridgewater State Bears. And it's, in my eyes, I think this is a very important game just to try and show this offense can click going further into the season.
Yeah, absolutely. When you get a lot of returning starters, you have that chemistry back. And it seems like those 2 road games, it hasn't quite worked out for the Bears yet. Of course, defensively, you've now seen some tape. You know what they're going to try to do. But having that chemistry is going to be huge for the Bears if they want to make a serious run at the MASCAC championship.
What's the one thing you're looking out for?
Well, once again, we talked about that chemistry, but if you're Bridgewater State, you want to balance that offensive attack a lot more. You don't want to become too one-sided, to become too predictable here. So if you're the Bears, try to mix in some equal pass and rush.
I think your bookie just called.
It happens.
That'll do it for this Bridgewater Now update. Thanks, Brian. I'm John Luck. Thanks for watching.